We live, baby. All on a center with it. What's good, baby? Yes. We in Mark's house. What's good, Mark? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. We are live right now. Yeah, it's that time. We're recording. I felt like, last week we had to get back into it because we weren't doing it that much, and currently, we are missing our third.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had to talk about that. Quinn's not here. He's stuck at work because Sim got sick.
Yeah.
Beep. Got sick.
So
yeah, that's the thing. So we just gonna move on without him. Try our best. How y'all been? We good. We got a little topic today.
I have a headache.
Mark's been MIA for a little bit. I got scared. I had to text him yesterday. I was like, "Yo, you good? Like,
No,
are you alive?"
I'm fine. I just been so tired, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just go through my day, and it's like I take a nap, and I wake up around either 6 or 7, and then I'm like, all right, do my work for an hour, finish it, take a shower, and by that time it's like, okay, I watch Netflix. And then I just have to go back to sleep again. And it's like,
I can't do that.
It just goes so fast, and it's just.
If I take a nap, I end up staying up till 3 a.m, wide awake as hell.
And that does happen too sometimes. I do stay up around until probably 11, 12. But then around that time, it's like I can kind of probably force myself to go to sleep, and then it's chilling. But yeah, that's how my day be going so fast.
Especially I can't do that now because it's the end of the semester, and every teacher's just like, oh shit. I need grades. 3 essays. Just throw everything at you.
I just got an essay. Right now we have a project due for history. It's just so much shit.
I have 3. One I have to write a proposal for. I didn't even know that was a thing. I have to literally tell him what it's about, and if he tells me no, I have to start all over again.
What?
I have one for business economics.
It's so drawn.
I have one business economics I actually did before I got here, and then I got a psych one. I got to read a book in less than a week because I was supposed to start, but yesterday I went out and that was it. So I gotta read 3 chapters today. But yeah, it's some bullshit. So yeah,
Dry mouth.
we probably stop, cut this shit out. But yeah, so in new shit that happened in the past week, the long-awaited newspaper's out, done by Beep and Beep. I'm gonna give them props. We said it. Maribel and Clarabelle and Shay. Who was the editor? Shay.
Yeah. Kayla also worked on this.
Kayla. All right, cool. So shout out to y'all.
Kayla K.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing to y'all because they went
read
in.
the title.
I'm gonna read the title. It's the logo that we have on SoundCloud, the SpongeBob. Yo, this joint looks so crisp on here.
Yeah.
And the title is etc. : 3 brothers with a vision.
Ooh.
Sexy, I like it. I think they ain't run this by us. They just
you know what's funny though? I think I was talking to Maribel. She said she wasn't planning on using this picture, but it was because of certain things. I don't know. They said it wasn't appropriate. The pictures that we gave with us, our actual pictures and stuff of us. I was like, I don't know. I just didn't say I was just like, well, that's crazy. We never did anything like that. We just posed probably and that's it. I don't know.
They had consent to post our photos, and it was against a wall.
It wasn't them though. It was the teacher.
No, I'm talking
yeah.
about. I'm saying we didn't wear anything drawn.
Yeah, I don't know why.
If anything, we had the 3 photos. He showed us the 3, the 8-bit one, and then there's the one of our 3 of our heads. Could have used that. But I mean, I think that's better.
Yeah,
either that one or the black etc. cursive drawing was good.
Oh yeah, true. It was funny. I got a couple of teachers that ended up reading. They were like, "Oh, I didn't know you had a podcast." I was like, "Yeah, I had a podcast." He was like, "Okay, making moves out here to see you guys." I'm like,
"Hey, I got the moves." Yeah, I got. Speaking of having the moves, we going to that
Big
Philly.
Sean.
He coming to the Fillmore.
I don't care
Meet
what
up
y'all say.
at the Fillmore.
Yeah, I don't care what y'all say, yo. Big Sean is coming up.
He should have been came up.
Yeah, he should have already been came up, but back in the past, little by little, he's been doing it. But this year, it's he just I feel like he's just throwing it down. He's just putting his foot down. 2017, I'm making moves. I'm gonna come up, and y'all gonna all start listening to my music because I'm that bull.
Ever since I listened to Detroit back in the day when he was all the way over there, and then there's his freestyles be hot. Then he dropped all his albums, Dark Skyscrapers, and the ones before that, and then he dropped he got with Janae, which he a savage, yo.
Yo,
He went from
winning.
Ariana to Janae, and then he took a picture with both Ariana
Both of
and
them
Janae.
didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Savage.
He also went and made a group with his girl, Goals 2088,
Right.
and dropped a fire ass album from them.
Yo, I'm
too.
telling you, I know that she's gonna be on that album. She has to be. She
Yeah,
cannot,
at least one song.
At least one song. Like
But
she
I
cannot.
think they need to really like 2088 needs to drop another album too. Because I
Yeah.
thought that song was dope. Like
it was
it
too
like
short. It needed to be a part two, second part of it.
Like what's the one? It's like almost like a skit slash song. They're like on like a
It's
TV
like
show.
a talk show. I think that's
He's
what it's
like, oh,
called.
like we got the best, most famous couple in the land here. He's like, and then he's like, don't act all crazy, nigga. Don't act like I wasn't. I was
Don't
like, oh
act
my
like
god.
you wasn't just.
Yo, Janae Aiko's voice, just in general, like, even if you don't know what she looks like, just hearing her voice, you be like, yo, she bad as shit.
Ooh, Janae. Ooh.
Even though, like, I feel like her by herself, I don't like her songs by herself. I like her features. She has like a couple songs by
There's a
herself,
couple songs I can
but like
bangs
overall,
with.
like yes, I don't know. I need to listen to her more. She hasn't dropped one except for like Sailed Away, right? Like she hasn't.
Yeah.
What was it called? I think it's called that.
I think there was there another one? I don't know. I think there was something. But yeah, she has a couple good songs. But I felt like the whole like her doing her collab with Big Sean is just like making her come out even more now. Because I remember when Drake dropped Nothing Was the Same, and I went to the whole concert and everything, and he like introduced her out on the stage. He was like, and I gotta introduce a really beautiful and talented woman, Janae. I was like, oh my gosh, she's on that song. That's her. And I was just like, wow, like now she's like finally coming out there. But now it's like she's like more independent with like doing her own thing.
But yeah, no lie, I forgot about the song, but I saw a video of like a song she did. She was like rapping.
Ooh.
I gotta show you that. That joint was popping. I don't know if it's new or old, but I saw it on Twitter. I was like, this joint go hard, yo. But she like shout out to all my Blasians, yo. My Blasian, Janae Aiko, Karuchi Tran, like all them. Oh god, I need me a Blasian. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. But shout out to them. Yo, she low key be drawn though. Like she a little freak John. She be on Instagram live, or like her videos be extra.
You, she be drawn. When I saw it one time, she straight up grabbed her titties on like live. I'm like, what the hell?
Even
and
Big
then when
Sean.
she was next to Big Sean and she was about to get off a live, she went and grabbed her titties again. Big Sean just looked at her like, really, you gonna be doing this? Like, yo, she wild. Like, I'm like, damn. But he's like, I don't gotta worry about it because I got her on check. So he's like just sitting back. Like, it don't matter.
Yeah, she low key. She low key. And I mean, Ariana Grande, she out there too. She with my man's Mac Miller. They nice too.
I seen that. I felt like that was so random though.
Yeah, but it's kind of, I don't know. Like I feel like everybody thought they were gonna be signed because they dropped when she first started dropping music. Everybody got her like hyped up is when she dropped the song with him. It's a song, I forgot how it even goes. That shit is old.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they had dropped the song together and everybody was like, oh, they definitely a thing. And then she ended up with Big Sean after Big Sean broke up with what's her name? Something Rivera, Naya Rivera from Glee. Yeah. Her. She's drawn too now too. I just said too many times. But
She's drawn now too.
she's like with some. She just got divorced. Like she got married mad quick to some white boy and then.
She's stupid.
But all right, enough about another news. Kodak got a little pipe, and I know y'all seen that.
Yo, I'm telling you, when I was in Virginia that week, yo, that's all me and my freaking nephew were cracking up about. Because he ain't hear about it, so I told him, I'm like, yo, Kodak dropped his phone in the shower, yo. And we were just, like, thinking of everything, like, I bet you, like, we were like, yo, he probably did that shit on purpose. Like, he probably made sure that jaw slipped. And then we were like, he was probably like, he slipped, and he probably looked at it like, oh, damn, my bad. He just slowly picked this up.
Did it for publicity.
I'm like, yo, this nigga's drawn.
Yeah, been drawn. Like, he just did a drawing on the Breakfast Club. I think it was like 2 days ago. And he had a ski mask the whole time. What the hell is this nigga doing?
Nigga wearing a ski mask, yo. They were saying, yo, why he look like Miss Puff? She was
she driving the car.
Yo, I was done.
And I saw some bull roasting the double XL freshman freestyle. He was like, dang. He was like, this nigga not even on beat. He talking about Lil Yachty, and then he talked about 21 Savage. He's like, what this nigga just say? He played it back. He's like, song.
Yeah, yo, I know exactly what part he talking about too. I don't know what he be saying, but I'm like,
talked about
what?
He talked about Lil Uzi. He was like, all right, so not only can this nigga not rap, but what is this nigga wearing? He got a purse on and two scarves.
For real, he had a whole purse. I'm like, what the hell? This man got a satchel. Walking around rapping with a satchel.
And he pulled up Kodak. He was like, all right, let's get to this nigga now. He was like, not only is he off beat, he can't rap.
He was off beat so bad. Like,
and look at this nigga haircut. Like, he showed it like the.
Yo, my nephew showed me a meme. It was something about, because it was talking about when he dropped his phone in the shower thing. And they were saying from the Double XL freestyle, when he went, I forget what he said. He was like, who the fuck put on this sorry ass beat? I dropped my phone, everybody now saw my little ass beat. I was cracking the fuck up.
That joint was just bad. Like, I feel like we could have pulled up and like, if you gave us like 15 minutes, I could have pulled something better out my ass.
Just rhyme anything. Like,
I feel like they did prepare though. Like,
yeah, they did prepare, and this is what happened. They still came up with nothing.
They did support each other though. You know, little freaking guy he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty like cool. I was like, wow, they like.
Yeah, I mean, at least they fuck with each other.
Yeah, I saw that.
But nobody was saying shit when Dickie was rapping. He was doing his thing and nobody said shit because he actually spit some type of bars. It's cool, whatever, you know. And everybody's like, oh, like you only fuck with white rappers. No, I fuck with a lot of rappers. But like, if you like them niggas, cool. But Mark, no, I am not for that shit at all. I will argue with somebody till my face turn blue about this shit.
I can tell you, like I can say I fucks with them, I guess you could say. But like I understand they are terrible, but I just like I don't know, like the beat that they be using, like it's just like, to me it's just turn up music in a way. And I feel like everybody can like fucks with turn music, just listening to it and just like bobbing your head. Like that's kind of one reason why I listen to it, not to really get into it and be like, yo, he said that shit. Like, they don't.
But that's cool. That's whatever. But there are people out there who genuinely think that this shit is better or is good, and that shit get me tight. I'm not gonna lie. My friend sent me a picture. It was like all like list of trash rappers, and it was like Famous Dex, Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, and then fucking the first bull was J. Cole. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
no,
this is annoying. Like, you cannot say that these people are better than J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, and all these other Big Sean, and just like, all right, cool, it's turn up music, but it's not. Like, it's not really music to me though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Half of them don't even be about the shit that they rap about though. Like Lil Uzi does not look like the hardest dude out here. And his videos be of him like in like a skirt and shit. Like, you seen it's like P's and Q's, I think, the video. He's like in a school and it's like all anime-ish and shit. I gotta show you. You gonna laugh your ass off.
I remember I seen a video on Twitter or something. And they were like, oh, one of the funniest videos. And it was like Lil Uzi in the car listening to some like, I forget what like girl like music, but he was like in the passenger seat or driver's seat. He was just like looking at the camera, just like bobbing his head. I was like, this nigga.
Bro, how many times
I know
have I
you
said
have
this?
said it.
I've said
and then
it.
watching that video, I was just like, yo,
I'm telling you, bro.
key, I know this man cannot, like, he has to be something, like, a little,
It's
on,
cool.
little on the other side.
He gotta be biased
or something, because, like, the way he just be acting sometimes, I'm just
like a little
like,
feminine to the point where he be rapping about don't add up.
yeah, I don't know.
And there's nothing wrong with it. If he is, he is. Like, I listen to some homosexual rappers and
Frank Ocean.
and singers and
Bull.
shit. And Young M.A., she's obviously not straight. I don't know where she been at.
For real. Yo, she disappeared.
She another pump fake. Yo, I'm gonna talk
she
about
did
that
they
too.
hate, but they broke, though. I'm out.
She got, but what was it? She had another genre, like a freestyle genre was hot. But
I did hear a
but where she
freestyle
been
that
at?
she did.
Where she been at though?
I don't know. She left.
She had a freestyle and she did another. She had two. She had one that she did here with Funk Flex, and then she did another girl. Your cat scared the shit out of me, but he just popped up. Yeah. So what was I getting at? Yeah, this is just like corny ass rappers. Like you gotta respect the people who put in work. Like I was tweeting about it the other day. It was like, oh, like, cause you see all these people talking about how some people like critique rap. It's like, oh, it's all about fucking bitches, money, drugs, crime. And then you see somebody like, I'm not gonna try and be on his top, but this is an example of J. Cole, where he dropped an album about like just like social justice and like people dying and all this shit. Follow me on Twitter so you can see the real shit I be spinning.
People.
But like, they're like social justice and people and expectations and moving from the ghetto to like actually making it out and
people
telling his friend's story, or supposed to be another person's story of somebody who didn't make it out because they got swallowed up by that gang and like that violence.
Sounds like Logic too.
Exactly. And then it's also about how like he had just had his baby and how much he's adjusting to that and becoming an adult and like loving his family and loving his wife and not cheating on her anymore and just doing the little things to be like in a family.
And
people say it's boring and it's depressing. Like, which do you want? Like,
it was almost the same thing with Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, same shit.
Like, just like
he went from being a straight like drug addict, and he had some issues, and he always had some issues. He talked about it on all his albums. Is about it. At least one song about him killing himself.
Yeah. And
he made it out of that dark place, and now he dropping an album, and I actually like it.
Yeah, it's good. Just a lot of songs to go through.
Yeah, so,
but it's good.
I mean, but it's been as long as it's been that he.
Yeah, that is true too. It's good that he dropped enough.
But yeah, it's annoying. And then everybody's on Drake's top, but he got lazy as shit too. Like J. Cole hasn't gotten really lazy or anything. Like he's like, and they asked him, like,
chilling.
He just worried about his family and shit. Same thing with Chance the Rapper. This nigga, he was a straight druggie. He talked about it and shit, and he talked about all the shit that he did was grimy. Like he used to lie about how he was mixed and shit. He's actually 100% black, and that's what he talks about in his songs. And he talked about it on the radio. And he was on LSD and shit and acid. And he had a daughter. Yo, do you know how old he is? He's like my brother's age, or our brother's age.
Really?
He's like 22, and he's done all this already.
Wow.
I was listening to Hannibal Buress' podcast. It was like Professional Rambler or some shit, and he had him on there before he dropped. I listened to it after it dropped, but it was him on there talking about how he was gonna drop the John with Jeremiah, how he was working on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just had my daughter, or whatever. He's like, how's she doing? And he was like, yeah, like she's chilling.
That's crazy.
He has his girl. And he's like, and all his songs is like, oh, my BM, my baby mom, my wife, like his girl, and they just nobody comments about that. And this nigga went straight gospel on his last two things, and
on his mixtape with the one he dropped, he was tall. I forget which song it was, but it was something about his baby moms, and basically saying how like now like that's like the love of his life, like he's gonna be with her and all that stuff like that.
And it's all that shit corny, all that, and that's what every girl. I'm gonna get into this. This is another thing I want to talk about. And that's what every girl posts about. Like, I just want somebody who be down for me and all that shit. And then when niggas that listen to music about that shit, and he's like, oh, that's corny. He don't listen to 21 Savage, Famous Dex, yo, that's nigga. And then was it Father? What's his name? Young Goddard. What the fuck his name is? What's this nigga that made that song Water or some shit? We was listening. No, you weren't there. Sorry. We was at Angel's house. Sorry. I'm gonna look. But yeah, there's that bull. There's a bunch of people that's like just corny, and it gets me mad. Like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna lie. If I go to a party and that shit is on, I'll get lit and I just have fun with it, like just cause it's for the fun of it. But I cannot. Same thing. Like even back then when like Future was new, like you knew I did not fuck with Future either. Like just cause it's a mumble rap. That's just not my thing. Like I like people that put effort and like that shit. Like they use different words. Like I feel like everybody uses the same. Feel like now the same rhymes.
Right now, people I think just repeat a bunch of stuff. Like I feel like they're in the studio. They say like a couple of lines and they realize, oh, it's not long enough. Let me repeat that one thing I said at least 3 times to extend it for 10 more seconds, just so I can just get more space in it.
And not even that. Like I'm saying, like you hear one person, like you hear one song, and you go to another song, they use the same words to rhyme with the same shit. Yeah. Like if I listen to a new song now, like if I hear a word and I'll be in my head like, yo, and I could guess like what word he's gonna use next to rhyme with. Yeah. Like it's too common.
That's not a good thing. When I can just realize I know what he's gonna say next. There've been a couple songs like that where I never heard it, and then I listen to it. And I'm like, oh, he said that. He about to say it. And then he says it, and I'm like,
it's too like, all right. It's too easy to find out. Like, you're sitting there like, all right, like, I knew this was coming. Like, put a little bit more effort into your rhyme.
Talking about the streets? Okay. You talking about shooter? You hitter? What else you gonna talk about?
Like, you ever heard Eminem's fucking, it's like presidential speech or some shit?
Yeah, I think
it's like 9 minutes long.
Yeah. I listened to that.
This nigga 40, bro. He's 40 or 50, some shit. And this nigga using new words like every fucking time. Like that nigga, like no matter, everybody's like, oh, like.
He reads the dictionary every day. Finds a new word.
Yo, if you don't respect him, at least being top notch like rapper ever, like he still to this day has the most sales. And this was back when it was fucking you buy CDs. He has the most sales in a week. Drake hasn't passed him. And as much as Drake is supposed to be the hottest bull, he still hasn't passed him in a week.
Yeah. But, like, I forget what it was. I think it's Recovery, that album. And it's just, like, to me, I think it's crazy because Eminem before, like, when Kanye was out, he wasn't even, like, out there yet. Like, he wasn't even, like, the fact that Kanye's been, out there before him and now he's, like, better and, like, described as, like, one of the best is crazy because I forget on Recovery, it was one of his songs, and he was like saying how, oh yeah, like like keep your head up, Kanye. He's talking about all these other rappers saying how they were ahead of him and all that, and now he's up there with them and everything. And I'm just like, wow.
And then there's that whole debate where like, who was better, Kanye or 50 Cent, but nobody mentioned.
Yeah, I did see.
And then there's a time where there was like Kanye and 50 Cent were saying like who's better, whatever. Because that's when like 50 was the shit. Like there was a time where like I listened to straight. It was straight 50 Cent. Like my dad had a Mazda, right? And me and him would go places, and he had a big ass system in the back, and all we would listen to was 50 Cent, DMX, Eminem, the Eminem Show, the album, and Jay-Z, the Black Album, and that's all we would listen to on repeat. And I'd be like, yo, Dad, put that song back on again. It'd be on repeat, like, I'm sorry, mama. Like,
I like the same thing too, cause when I was younger and I used to just be at home. And me and my brother, like, we had the Xbox, and we used to, like, at that time, you play music while you're playing games.
You used to download them
literally, yeah, because, like, freaking, I think, what was it, like, Livewire? Livewire, you just download all the music. Like, I remember we had, like, all this music downloaded on the thing, and every time we just play, we just listened to literally, like, Eminem, like, 50 Cent, Kanye. We used to listen to all that stuff, and then we just play on repeat, and we just listen to it all the time, and I'm just like, yo, it's all I used to listen to.
I'm about to flip through some lyrics. Yeah, keep talking while I pull this up.
So, yeah. But, yeah, like, that's all we used to do. Just listen to all this music. And at a time, it was just, like, I felt like a lot of people that I was, like, around, they listened to that exact same stuff, too. And I'm just, like, sitting here wondering, like, why are people, like, I don't know, I guess, like, forgetting about that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's just a whole new generation, but still, that doesn't make a difference. Why people think that, like, talking about, like, bitches, money, drugs, and then repeating it 10 times in a song is considered good.
Alright, so this song is long as hell. I had to scroll a lot just to find the lyric that I'm talking about. So this is his campaign speech around the time before everybody got elected. And this is like, if you haven't heard this song, listen to it. But he's like, and send Dylan Roof through the windshield of the Benz until he spins like a pinwheel and begins feeling like a windmiller with a thin build while his skin's peeling and skids till he hits a cement pillar. Swing for the fence like Prince Fielder. No, knocking into the Upper Peninsula.
Ooh.
You want to go against Zilla, the rap guy? When will I quit? Never been realer. The instiller of fear. Never, not even a skin tiller of doubt whose pen's iller than Prince and a chinchilla or Ben Stiller in a suspense thriller. Revenge killer, avenge syllable, binge filler, cringe till I draw first blood. Even pop shit on my pop shit, and it's popular couldn't be more awkwarder. Cause your innocence I robbed you of is my fingers that got stuck up. Taught you to not give a slapstick hockey puck, the broad hunter with the sawed off like an arm when it's lopped off you. But I'm not gonna get the shotgun or the Glock. I'm gonna opt for the ox cause I'm into objects that are sharp when I shop. And it's not a shock, I'm such an obnoxious fucker. The Rock cussing a rock, cause who would have thought this much of a cocksucker to go across the buttocks of Vivica Fox with a box cutter?
Yo, I have to read it. Like, there were some things I was like, ooh, but then I'm just listening. I'm like, yo, I feel like you got to read it just to, like, really understand, because that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, he said, knock it out the park like Prince Fielder, knock it to the Upper Peninsula. Like, all this.
Like,
you never hear anybody use these fucking skin tiller. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Skin tiller.
But, like, look at this. Like, this is like a 9-minute song, I'm pretty sure. And this is just, like, lyrics
Just
upon lyrics
straight,
upon
just
lyrics
going
upon
down.
lyrics. But yeah, and he spits that faster than I did, and I struggled. I stumbled like 3 times.
Yeah.
That man, give him respect. But, all right, let's move on. Oh no, one more thing. I want to talk about my man's Russ. I was watching an interview. He's a low key boy, not many people, but I see more and more people.
No.
I see more
school.
Yeah,
I'm starting to hear people.
He's surfacing a little bit.
And I'm just wondering because I was sitting in Spanish, and this girl was talking to one of our other friends in the class, and then she was just like, "Oh yeah, you gotta listen to this song called that." And then
probably what they want.
No, it was another song. It was
myself.
No.
Okay, let me just keep going.
It was I forget what
those
it was.
are his 2 most hyped up songs.
I forget the name of it, but if like I heard it, I could like say it. But she was like, "Oh yeah, like listen to that song," and then like the guy didn't even know who it was, and then he was like, "Who was it by?" And she was like, "Russ," and I was just sitting there. I'm like,
I peeped. It was like since like the summer I brought it up early in the summer.
Like okay.
This is the end of him now because he got signed to Columbia, so he's about to blow up soon. So yeah.
Yeah. So I remember I seen that and I was just like, wow, okay. And like the fact that he was like he didn't know who it was, like who she like when she was telling, like, he didn't know who it was. I was just like, wow. Now he's about to come up, because then like a couple days later during the week, he was like saying a bunch of other songs too that I listened to, and I was just like, okay, so now I listen to more of it. So I'm like, alright, so I'm guessing he's fucking with it and shit like that. So I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I sent it to Quinn and Michael Wong like during the summer, like early in the summer, and they were like, "Oh, you guys listen to him yet?" He was like, "No, like you guys listen to him yet?" He's like, "No, I'm telling y'all, he's next up. Like I'm telling y'all, people gonna find him, and it's gonna be like that's it." Yeah, he been doing it for he's like 20 something, like early 20. He did it. He produced every song he wrote, like the beats he does them all by himself, and he wrote every song that he's done.
Tough, to be honest.
And he's done it for 10 years, and he's released a song every week since he started. He has not missed a day.
Yeah, every I forget what it was called. Oh, well, it was one song that he released. I remember I saw it. Basically, like you were saying, every week he released it. But they were saying how he was just doing this whole thing, like basically you're saying releasing the song every week, and I was like noticing, because I'm like the way his concept art for each one of the genres, they all like similar kind of,
but they all come out dope.
But yeah, they all come out dope, but all similar. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, so he's just like doing this constantly, just putting songs out. So I'm like, he must be doing.
He has like 3 albums, but like not all. He says it himself, like all of them flopped, but they're good. I don't know. He has 3 different albums, and they're not even on SoundCloud or nothing. I don't think they're all on Spotify. But yeah, he's coming up. He's like. He's not, like, obviously people are starting to know him. Like, I notice more and more, like, I go on girls' stories and they'll be, like, lip singing to him or whatever. And I'll be like, I'll message him, like, oh shit, like, you're the first person I've seen that, like, listen to Russ, because I didn't find nobody. So, oh yeah, like, and I'm like, alright, cool, so he's blowing up, that's good for him. But, yeah, like, he's blowing up, but he's still not there yet. Like,
he's not. There's still people who are just not gonna, like,
fuck with
give
him.
it a chance. And
he's from Jersey. He moved down a lot, though. Like, he said he moved, like 5 different times, probably, like to Atlanta and all these different places. The way I found him, I was like on YouTube, and like his video dropped or whatever, and that's like how I know. And his videos are tough. I gotta show you a couple of them. Like for what they want, it's like him just in like a forest or some shit. Like,
well, low key, I'm getting a little annoyed at that song.
Because that's his most hyped up
It
song.
literally pops up every time I listen to it.
Yeah,
I'm just like
you just gotta look deeper, like.
Yeah, it's just.
But
like,
low key,
I like it. Like if I don't hear it in a while, but then literally every time I go on like Spotify, literally the first rotation of songs that's gonna pop up. I'm just like, they want to waste a skip.
Like what they want from me, dollars, a lot of stock in me. This is just, this is nothing personal. This is business, but I'm a commodity. But honestly, Papa will be turning in his grave and see the day when it's his boss.
Yeah, every time I hear that, every time I hear that, I'm just like, ooh.
See, commodity. You never heard that shit.
Yeah, that's that word right there. When I heard it, I was just like, okay. I stopped myself. I'm like, what did you just say? Ooh, fire.
Yeah, and he used to like. I was like, what I'm trying to get at is that he's not out there really yet. Like he's not like a radio like. Bull
yeah, like you won't hear him on the radio. The only time you'll hear him is
like if you discover him, that's the only way you'll be probably listening to him. But he's not up there yet, and he's not selling out stadiums.
We'll get it. Listen to Russ.
Yeah.
There we go. Watch. You just got like 30
You're welcome.
people. You're welcome.
Another bull, he's not nowhere. Like, he's not even signed anything. Some bull from upstate New York, and I retweeted him, and like I talked to him on Twitter. He's hot, yo. His joint is on SoundCloud. It's Souly.had. It's SOULY.HAD. That nigga hot. Like, I've been listening to this shit for a little bit. But he's gonna blow up soon, too, because you know the boy Mike Corey? The boy on Twitter, he's like he got beat up at his own crib, and he like tried to buy some food for the person behind him in the drive-thru. His Snapchat stories or whatever. That boy retweeted him, and I was like, oh shit, who this? And he only has like 1,000 listens.
Wow.
And he's tough, but I mean, who are we to say only? Because we only get like, I mean, thank y'all. We got 40 listens in like a day. That's crazy. That hasn't happened in a minute, so that's cool. But yeah, so he has like not a lot to the point where you would think like he deserves more. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, back to Russ. He had an interview with Vlad on YouTube, and it wasn't even him. It was like his secretary, but they was just asking him. She asked him certain questions, and it just kind of set him off because he always snaps about it. How the hyped up rappers right now, like a lot of them are broke, but they claim that they aren't, and they're not selling out shows the way that you would think. Like he was just snapping about it how. Like some people post up in a venue, and the only way that if they do sell out, it'll be like 500 people. And the only reason they were able to sell out is because they have all these people like opening up for them and share like more people. Sure. And he's saying he's like I'm the only person, or he's like, I'm one of the very few. He's like the ones I can think of on the top of my head is Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. They could like honestly like just post some shit and like that shit will sell out like easily. Like he's like, I'm one of the very few. He's like, for me, he's like, he said the number. He was like, I could sell out 2,000, 3,000 just by posting a Twitter link. He's like, with no openers and nothing, just me. He's like, and obviously 2,000, 3,000 not a lot because they're selling out stadiums and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then there are the people who are bigger than him and most well known, like the Lil Yachty's and the Kodaks, and like you're not gonna see Kodak sell out Madison Square Garden.
Oh fuck no.
Or Wells Fargo.
Fuck no, you tripping.
Nothing like that. Like you're not gonna see him do that. And he's talking about that. He's like, because all they doing is club appearances, and then he'll have like other people show up with him just to get people to show up, and he could sell out his shows.
I can see that.
And it'll be like a fraction of what he's doing. And he's saying, and he was also saying, he's like, and then he says, because on every interview he ends up like somebody asks a question and he has to talk on that, like he feels the need to, and then people will comment on the videos like, oh, like who are you like to talk shit on other people? You're not even that big yet. So yeah, I'm not that big yet, but like I'm still like to my degree, I'm doing that shit legit. Like I'm not copying. I'm not using. I don't know people.
He's
like
doing his own.
He built the shit by himself.
Yeah.
And he's saying, he's like, I don't even. He's like, and people were like, he was saying, he's like, people are basically jealous of what I'm doing because I can do the shit that they can't. And even without the music, he said he's like bringing in 100K a month, like 6 figures a month outside of music, like his own businesses. Like he said, he's like, he has all that shit and he's doing it legit. And then there's the people who know people. Like he's like, he knows like a producer at a certain studio, and that's how they got on.
Yeah, it's like.
Or like a Jaden Smith, or like, oh, it's like your dad's Will Smith. Let me. Yeah. Like that's some shit like that.
I feel like he planned it all rather than how these rappers are today. Just like, oh, we got a couple people listening to us, we got heard, all right, we're automatically just gonna like sign, like do some dumb stuff. Like I feel like
one hyped up song. He's also saying that he's like, there's nothing wrong with somebody getting on off of like their first or second song.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta be able to back that up. Like he was saying, like designer, like.
Yeah, basically like sell out in a way. Like
yeah.
Like don't sell out. Don't just like first people you sell. Like actually make sure you have something that's built on what you're doing.
Especially with this, he was saying, he's like, if anything, it's actually harder to have that hyped up song, and then it's like, what's next from here? And if you don't have the talent to do that, you're gonna fall quick. And he's calling them pump fakes. He's saying those people who just fall off, like Trinidad James. Like y'all remember Trinidad James? Go to all the match. That nigga, where he at? Everybody's on his dick. He's gone.
There was somebody else too. I forget his name. I was listening to it. I'm just wondering. I'm like, because when I hear the song come on again, and I'm like, where'd this man go?
Or like the people who was it? Not New Edition. That's freaking the people that made like the Dougie and the Cat Daddy and all that shit. What them niggas at? Like they made songs with dances and that they got.
Teach me how to.
Yeah, like.
Everybody
what is it called? What was that group called?
I don't remember.
See, exactly.
that's the
and
point.
I'm arguing with. I mean, like I debate with people about how like he was like, oh, like this bull high, this bull, and it's like my friend, like the the one we was talking about in the car the one day, how he likes 21/7 and all that stuff. And I was saying, I was like, bro, I was like, they are cool. They hot right now, but they're not gonna last a year, 2 years. Like right now, Young M.A, she in trouble. Designer's in trouble.
Like Designer's gone. I don't want to hear it.
He dropped 2 other songs. Y'all don't even fucking know about this shit. All y'all know about is Panda and Timmy Turner. He dropped 2 other songs since then. I doubt any of you who are listening bumped his other 2 songs, Outlet and fuck.
Doesn't matter.
He repeats it over and exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's gone.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
The word can't even come to me. I'm probably gonna yell it out like 10 minutes from now, like whenever it comes to me.
That's what it is.
But yeah, so that's enough on that music shit. We supposed to. We had something planned to talk about, and I think we'll talk about Big Sean, and it triggered us. But yeah, so Mark's friend, what's his name? Shout him out.
I don't really know his last name. His name is John.
I mean, we wouldn't say his last name anyway, but what is it?
John.
John, what's up, John? How you doing? From Mark's school, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he's a real one because he requested a little episode, and he was like, "Yo, like, I think it would be cool if y'all talk about this a little bit on a serious note, but it'd be something that's worth talking about." And I don't mind getting serious because we've done that before with like college and stuff, like how things can get kind of stressful. But he wants to talk about basically like science, religion, or like after, like just like life and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think happens? Like religion and just like what happens after and what's true and what's not. Like what's our opinion on it? So, Mark, I'm gonna just throw a question. All right, so feel free to do the same. You know, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We mostly do this stuff on the fly, and we'd appreciate we had a topic to talk about. But Mark, do you believe in the afterlife? I said afternight.
Afternight. The afternight. What?
After you eat.
The afternight. The butter
When
knife.
it's dirty. After you finish using it, the afternight.
After what happens
When you leave
to
it,
the
when you
knife.
leave it leaning against the sink because you're not sure if you can go make another sandwich later.
Yo, that always happens.
The afterknife.
I'm not gonna get into that because like that really is something I'd be thinking about. But yeah, I do believe in the afterlife. Really, I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't have nothing against anybody else or any other religions and stuff like that, or atheists, anything like that. But I just kind of think of it as like, you die, and I feel like that just can't be it. Like, I feel like there has to be something. Like, I don't specifically say like it has to even be like heaven or anything. Like, just like something.
Because
I feel
like, what's the point of this then?
yeah, like I feel like there's like a reason. Like, you don't just die and your life's just over. Like, I just feel like there has to be some little something, like just something else that could happen. Because I don't know, I just don't see that.
I think I talked about this. I don't know if I brought this up here, or like just talking to y'all. But like he was saying, he was like, because it was Dane Cook, the comedian. He talks about how he was like, because he got in an argument with an atheist, or whatever. He was saying, he was like, and the atheist was like, what do you think happens after you die? He's like, well, he's like, I'm gonna die, you know, wherever I die, car accident, you know, or I just die of old age. He's like, and I'm gonna wake up in heaven, and then my relatives are gonna be waving at me, waiting for me like it's an airport. It's like, oh, look at you, guess who made it?
Guess who made it?
Guess
Welcome.
who's dead? Oh, come on, you fucker.
Let's go. Enjoy here. Welcome to the theme park.
It's like, oh, come on, sucker, come on.
The gates are open.
And there's another comedian like Bill Burr. He's talking about he's like that he's not really sure about it. Like, he's never been a religious person. And I don't know. He just did like a little skit like on stage or like a little like dialogue where he was just talking about like how he'd be in heaven, and he'd just be like, oh, like he would try to do some shit. He's like, oh, you can't do that here. It's heaven. He's like, I thought you could do whatever I want. He's like, no, you can't. He's like, oh, he's like, I don't give a fuck. And it gets kind of fucked up. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care. I don't care, all right? I don't care if your dad is the boss. He's like, see, the boss's son is always a dick. You're talking about fucking Jesus and God.
Yeah. I kind of figured. I'm like, wait, who's the boss? I'm like,
He's like, go tell your dad.
Go tell your dad. I don't care. You little daddy's boy.
But yeah, so you saying that you do believe in it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like I get your point. Like, you're saying, like, oh, like, it can't just be it.
Yeah. Like,
And also on the same thing of, like, how we got here, of kind of, like, because they say, like, oh, just some shit just popped off. And then everything.
so some shit just happened, and we just...
just perfectly. Just an explosion happened. Every rock out there just into one big ass ball.
And somehow it got to, like, a perfect circle. And
then like 7 other little big ass balls
just got in a line.
And they just stuck together all the time. And this big ass hot John just stood there. And then fucking
this one star, and it just happened to be right at the end to heat up our planet.
And we just follow that shit every fucking year.
365 days, 66 maybe on that leap year, and we just go in a circle every fucking
And there's
day.
that one fucker that like made it all the way on the edge, and supposedly he's not one of us. We found out in 2005 that he's a fake nigga.
He's a fucking fake ass nigga. Fucking moon. You ain't shit.
Fucking Pluto's prick ass. Stay on the outside.
Yo, I
like
remember,
cuts off at Neptune.
remember old Vine? He was talking about damn, I forget his name.
Victor Pope.
Yo, talking about, oh yeah, Mars. Talking about, oh, he don't got enough water for that. Just talking shit about the other planets and shit.
He's like, you can't even cry. You can't.
He don't even got any water. He was like, yo, chill out.
He's like, did Vine get deleted yet?
I still have it on my phone, but I never went on it to like
try and see if you can find the
see
Vine.
if, like, anything really still on there.
I'm trying
That
to
shit
remember what
had
he
me
said.
cracking up.
That nigga he do like Twitter videos, and then was the little Callie and Fox. He do the I sent you the freestyle he did about like basically wasn't supposed to be, it was a real legit song, but it was like about Naruto and all that shit. Like that shit came out hot. Yo, his song, him too. That nigga hot, yo.
That shit you sent in the chat yesterday had me cracking the fuck up.
It's Logic's friend. It's Logic's friend that did it.
The Naruto joint?
Yeah, the guy in the suit. His name is Greg. He's in Bobby Tarantino. He's the boy who's like, there's 2 types of motherfuckers.
Okay.
There's
Yo,
2 fuckers
that shit had me cracking the fuck.
He's
I
like,
thought I was listening to it for a while. I just started cracking it. He's like, it's dirty. It's whack.
The way he don't smile.
It's whack.
The way he don't smile. Whack.
He's like, how your family all died? Whack. I'm like, all right.
He had to do something. He said the way he took something from, I don't know.
Yo, that shit was too funny.
He in the whole Naruto suit.
Yeah, he just looking, he just whack, just pointing up every
Have you seen
time.
the original video?
Nah.
It's some skater boy. He's talking shit about another guy. He's like, his kick flips, whack. His pops, whack. His ollies, whack. Me, I'm fresh as fuck.
Yeah, I'm fresh as fuck, and then just walks off. I'm like, damn, this shit's too funny. I was cracking up.
Yeah. What was I getting at? Religion. Yeah, so it can't just be it. Like, I think somebody had to do something. And it literally defies everything that we've known up to this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how something needs to happen so some other shit could happen. Every reaction is an opposite and equal reaction and that shit. So you mean to tell me you just in the middle of nowhere, shit just worked out right? Like, Adam and Eve just, yo,
Holy shit.
eat the apple, bitch.
Where the fuck are we?
Yo, why are we naked?
They didn't even know what the fuck that was. They just started walking.
What is naked?
What
They
is
don't know.
naked? New word in the dictionary. What the fuck's a dictionary?
Not only did we pop up, but apparently these flying things popped up. And then the shit called water popped up that we can't stand on, but we can stand on some other shit called dirt. And
It's dirt. Don't worry. Then
and they all knew exactly what to do for fucking millions of years until we made fucking electricity and fire and wheels and shit. So yeah, like, come on, like
I was thinking of this one day. I forget. I think I was watching 80 Days Around the World or something with Jackie Chan. Yo, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, back then, like, how did they know how to improve like all that stuff? Like,
there's nothing telling them. There was no fucking guidebook. It was
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did they know how to make medicine improve? Like, because back then, like, there were certain things like for like diseases and stuff, like how to find the cure. So like, how did they just like know like this plus this
equals that.
bam, you're cured, my nigga.
Just trial and error. How do they not know, like, because if you just pop up, first of all, I mean, the Adam and Eve story is not real. Like, even, like, I'm not saying, like, Jesus isn't real or whatever. Like, you can believe what you want. But, like, they literally say in the Bible, like, this is just an example story to, like, give you an idea of what happened.
Yeah.
This isn't really what happened. Like, they didn't really exist. But, or maybe they did. But he's just saying, like, this is an example story in the Bible. And again, there's a whole bunch of conspiracies about that shit. That's another episode. I want to do that for a while, conspiracy theories. But what was I getting at? It's so much shit in my head that I want to say, and I end up forgetting it. But I was just getting at the Mark. What was I saying?
You were.
You weren't listening.
So no, you were. Shit, it was right there. Fuck. Damn, it ran away. I couldn't catch it in time.
Shit. But yeah, so shit just popped up, and that's how people know. We didn't know. We had no guidebook. Apparently how did somebody know? Because all this shit called dirt and this shit called water. How did somebody not know? All right, cool. You walking, fucking cliff. You don't know what cliff is. You don't know what gravity is. For all you know, if you drop down, you could be. All right, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You don't know. Nobody else was there.
I mean, that's what they were saying. Oh yeah, people didn't know like that the Earth was round.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh shit. Well, that was it.
It was Billy.
They fucked up. Now we know we can't go the fuck over there.
Like you just automatically knew that shit. And the same thing like I think about now, like you look at a baby. How the fuck do they know? Like what's going on there? Like how does somebody just comprehend some shit? Yeah. Like you tell babies like 2 + 2 is this. Like they don't question why. They just know. Yeah. And how does that stick? Like
it's just adaptation.
Or like shit, or like when they find out shit on their own, like they just kind of like know what to do.
They observe and they just realize, oh, this is what you have to do.
Or like how do they not know? Like say if you have a baby like crawling on this table, how do you know? How does a baby know when to fucking stop?
They don't.
Like but they do though. They do it. Though.
I mean, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't, and they bust their ass, and you just gotta hope that one person is looking and then catches their asses. Because sometimes they like, shit, I can make that.
I don't know if there's all babies, but I've seen some babies, they be running and they don't look forward. They just look back at everybody else like,
yo, every time I see something like that, I feel bad, but I kind of like think like I kind of crack up to myself because I'm just like, they're running and then the parents don't even bother to like catch up to them. And I'm like, yo, in about 3 seconds, that baby is going to trip over thin air. He's going to trip over air because it just happens all the time. He's going to trip over air and hit his face. and then he's gonna cry.
And then they're gonna be all compassionate, but they didn't want to pay attention to it.
Yep. And that happens to every baby I be
Anywhere
seeing.
you go to like the boardwalk or you go to like a mall and you see like the parents let their kid just book it like went to the other side of the mall without them.
I'm like, well, now I gotta go the fuck to your hotel and sit there for an hour, put him to sleep
Find out
because
these bandages because his face fucked up.
yeah, because
Got
y'all
30 splinters on him.
didn't want to freaking watch your damn kid.
Yeah, and then what's another thing? So yeah, afterlife, cool. How we got here again? Like you need to believe in something. Like atheists. How do you? Like anybody who's genuinely an atheist. Like how does this shit?
I mean,
you cannot just say like shrug your shoulders. Like there has to be. That's what I was getting at. If we just fuck.
I don't want to talk because I feel like I'm gonna mess
Hold
up.
up.
Okay.
It's gone. It's gone. And what was I saying before that? It'll lead me back into it. Atheists. How do you
think that like
nothing's there? Something has to be.
Just shrug your shoulders.
Say the shit didn't just pop off. What the fuck? I had some deep shit coming out. Damn. Alright, so you can't just say the shit that didn't like you need a reason. Like you need like there has to be something. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
Alright, so fuck!
Oh my god.
It's because I stop and I get excited. Yo, this is so legit right now. I'm not trying to fuck with y'all. This is.
Jeez, you're scaring me because I don't even know what it is.
This is getting me mad.
Next time you do it, I'm not even gonna like react. I'm just gonna sit here.
It's gonna come back to me. Mark, keep talking, please, while I get this.
Life, faith, death. It all means something. The prophecy.
The prophecy is true. This is the cat with the hat
Oh my
on.
god, that's all I've been thinking about this whole time. Oh shit, yeah, that's the most funniest video I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's so funny to me. Put a freaking like fake flower on the top of the cat's head, and some reason it's just neck like broke back, and then just edit like the prophecy is true. Oh shit.
It's like you can't say that nothing did it. All right, so I'm gonna just move on, and it'll come back to me. But so fuck. This is really frustrating. I don't want to leave it, but let's just move. I'll move on to another section, like religion and shit. Like how you not believe in anything? Something had to pop off, and on top of that, like, and then people try, like even today, like basically like war and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the whole thing, it was like with Syria and it's like how they believe in one thing, we believe in another. Like everybody's so stuck up with like who's the guy, like who's Jesus or who's God. Like everybody's so focused on who's sending the message, but nobody's worrying about the message. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like Jesus, like, or like for example, for people who are Catholic or Christian, like Jesus is saying like be good to people and like just treat others how you want to be treated. But everybody's focused like no, like Muhammad said it, nah, Jesus said it, nah, what's his name? Abraham said it, and Sarah or whatever.
No, fuck you.
And then, and then they,
Boom, boom, boom.
and then we bomb an innocent city, and then all these people die, and then nobody realizes that they just want everybody. Every God is saying the same shit. Don't be a dick to each other, and everybody's being a dick to each other about who said it.
Yeah.
It's stupid. There has to be an explanation. Did you find the Vine yet?
I'm still scrolling.
I'm surprised Vine hasn't deleted yet.
No. But to be honest, I just might want to take it off. There's no point. Most of the like they just put it up on Twitter and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. You can search it. Maybe if you search up the title, like you remember what the title was, like Mars. Let me see. That. Well, yeah, I won't take you off the thing. You've been working hard over there.
I have been scrolling. I feel like I'm getting close though, because I start remembering Vines. So I'm like, I feel like this is around the same time, and then I keep scrolling. I'm like, oh no, I'm not that close. Damn it.
Oh shit. But yeah, religion, afterlife. I think it's coming back. Afterlife. Something had to happen. I keep saying this, but I know it's gonna bring me back to it. Something had to pop off for us to get here. Like, it defeats all purpose of why we're here. Like, all we know is something has to happen and all that shit. Like chicken before the egg or egg before the chicken. Well, I don't think this was it, but whatever. But like if what you're saying is true, that we just popped up, it defeats everything that we basically studied and learned for thousands of years. So that means we have to start from square one. If somebody can just pop up like the way we did, that means that somewhere else, that shit popped off somewhere else. Chances are, after all these years, there has to be multiple of us, universes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it just doesn't happen. Like if that were the case, that shit would have happened here already. Like some shit would have just popped up, and that hasn't happened yet. So that means that there had to be something to start it for us to be here. And somebody had to tell us something. We don't just know the shit. Like again, the way we know things is we learn or we're told it by something else or someone else, and we learn by experience. So if there was nothing there to tell us that, how the fuck did we survive so fucking long? And how did we get so fucking advanced?
Yep.
What was his other question? It was like, religion and science.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's another thing. Pope Francis is the OG. That's the first Latin Pope. He a real one. He breaking boundaries. He said gay people can't really judge him, because again, God said, you have no right to judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's none of your business. That's another thing about gay marriage and shit. I'm gonna break off because this is important. I don't get how people just have a old mindset. I understand that, of like with racism and sexism and feminism, of just like shit in the old ways of like how shit used to be. But that shit makes no sense. First of all, gay marriage. How does it bother you that somebody else is together? Like if you with somebody, it doesn't fucking matter to me. Like I'm happy for you. I know you're happy is what you want to do.
Yes.
I'm not fucking the other person. That's you. That's you and her, or you and him. I don't know what you like yet. That's all okay.
Don't fucking. Yo. You're doing this shit on your own.
Chill. I haven't seen that in a minute. Is that the Power Ranger or the RoboCop?
No, it's just I don't know what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's RoboCop, but yeah. So how does it like? It doesn't affect me that two guys are together, two women are together. It's not gonna bother. Like if they adopt a child, good. Because some people literally will not take a child because they want to be fucking stupid, and they want to be irresponsible and say, "Oh, I want to have an abortion," and they want to say, "Oh, but it's my body," and yeah, but it's also as soon as you're pregnant, that's another person's body too. And if you're mature enough to have sex, you should be mature enough to be able to take the responsibilities of what comes after that.
Yep.
So don't just kill another human life because you don't think you're ready. There's also the option of, even though it's hard, you should have thought of this before you started fucking without a condom or being stupid.
Use protection, guys.
Exactly. Put the kid up for adoption, and he'll find a good home with a nice, straight family with a guy and a girl, or a girl, a boy, or boy. Either way, they're gonna treat them right if they really, truly want them. It's a long-ass process. So anybody who goes through that process really wants a child. They take years for some people to get it, especially if you're homosexual. They make it even more difficult for whatever reason that's beyond me. So, like, don't be stupid. Use a condom.
Be smart, guys.
If you, like, think about it. There's like, oh, like, I'm pregnant, it's not really out. If you are willing to have an abortion, imagine giving birth to it and then this is gonna sound a little extreme, but killing it right there. That's basically what you're doing.
Basically, just what they have to do, and just
And
you're basically giving the okay. Yes.
If you're willing,
kill this human being.
If you're willing to tell a doctor to do it, you should. Like, if you had the baby, you're like, I don't want this baby. You would not have. If you had the baby, I'm not saying to do it. I think please don't do this. But like, if you're willing to like tell a doctor like, oh, like tear my baby apart in my belly and clean me out because I don't want this, give me a pill. You should be able, when the baby's born, if you have the baby in your hands, you're like, yo, I still don't want this baby. Put it up for adoption, but like, if you would not have the heart to have it given an abortion if it was alive, like out the womb, you would not look at that child and be like, yo, I still want it killed. You would not do that shit because that's your kid. I know it's getting kind of like gory about it, or like saying like to kill a baby, but I'm just saying like that's literally what it is. You're killing a fucking baby.
Yeah.
And that shit. All right, so I'm not, and that's another thing. I'm not gonna say it should be illegal to have an abortion because there's some fucked up people out there who like rape and they do shit against people's will, and the mom will just be stuck with a baby, and they have a baby where literally they have a baby from a rape.
Yeah.
And they have to look at that baby and think about that rape, and that could fuck up the mom.
Yeah.
And that could cause a lot of issues. Or if the mother is gonna die because of the birth, then obviously you have to prioritize to try at least save both of them, or prioritize one that's already alive and one that has the better chance. Like, it's stupid. So yeah, you should be able to have one with good reason. You should not be able to have all these abortions just because you don't want to use a condom.
Wrap it up, guys. And girls, be smart.
Yes. Use that birth control. Trust me, yo, I don't know why this is not a thing. They said they had it, but male birth control, if there was male birth control, there would be no fucking...
There wouldn't.
Or at least I'm sure there's some dumbass niggas out there, but for me, I pop them pills to the T, like because you gotta do it on point for girls. Like they gotta be on point with it, like every day and like every certain time. And if they fuck up, then it fucks up the whole thing. My biggest fear is like I thought about this. Like, what if it becomes real? Like I'll be scared to use it first, because if it's a new pill, like I feel like what if like the pill works and all these people's like, yo, I'm gonna use it because I don't want to have any babies, and then when I'm old enough to have babies, for some reason it fucks up my nuts. And my sperm counts down to 1.5.
You'll have, damn, let's go.
That's scary. Like,
little you know, it was like fucking everything up the whole time.
Yeah.
No one could.
And we wouldn't know that because it's the first time we ever had this fucking pill. Luckily for girls, we know it hasn't fucked them up.
Now we're going back to the question: how did people know?
How do people know?
How to improve stuff? How did they know?
Exactly.
See, maybe it was just all trial and error. To be honest, who knows?
I mean, that's what it took. But like,
I just the fact that you're just like, take this and take this and like, bam.
There had to be a square one.
Like, how did I can't even say like.
How do we know not to just lay there?
Exactly. Maybe laying there would have been the answer.
Somebody stood their ass up and it was like, oh, I gotta do some shit to keep going. How do they know to keep going?
I remember my friend told me, he was like, I don't know if it was in the Bible or something, but he was saying how we weren't actually supposed to have like babies the way we have them now, like through intercourse. We were supposed to like do it through faith, just like how Mary had Jesus and everything like that. That's how we were supposed to have babies and stuff like that.
But apparently somebody fucked
up.
But
yeah, and we wanted to, insert the penis in the vagina, and then with the sperm and the pregnancy and what I'm talking about. So yeah, that happened, and now we just do it that way because I guess no one really. I wouldn't say no one had faith, but I guess they were just like, oh, we found a substitute to having a kid. So
and then there's a whole other thing where like, yeah, you just. Like cool. Let me see. I can try to search it up if you want. But what was I gonna get at? Well, then there's the people who are like extra religious. I was talking about this. I go to a Catholic school, and my theology teacher, he's like we don't do like Bible shit. Like he talks to us about like actual real life shit and like what's the like best way. Basically, it's not even like theology. Like we learn about multiple religions and shit, and he just telling us like what's a smart way to go about shit. But your recent Nick Frazier. But
I forget why I looked. It was before I like stopped using it because I was like looking at all their vines and stuff.
Yeah, this shit not pop up. The nigga who like never mind.
It was like, I think it was like Mercury talking to like Mars, or it was something, or I don't know. And it was like he came up to Mars, he's like, oh, like it starts off Mars is crying. He's like, he comes up, oh, why are you crying, Mars? He was like, man, you ain't even got enough water to cry. I'm just like, damn. Start busting on. Like shit.
So yeah, we talking about like our last like chapter, I guess, or whatever he decided to talk about was how, because we had some people visit or whatever, like that they're trying to be priests and shit at our school, and he was saying how like they annoyed the shit out of him. Like he dead ass said that he's like it's annoying because there are people out there, and especially people who try to become priests and nuns, where they'll like they know the fucking Bible like front to back, and they go to church every Sunday, and every other day other than that. And they do all this shit like that the book says, but they won't actually go out and do what the book says. Like they'll just read the shit. They know every song, they know every hymn,
they know every verse, every
and they'll be quick to judge somebody who doesn't go to mass. But then there are people who don't show. Like there's somebody I learned about in school that she was like she didn't really go to mass, but like she literally made her house into a homeless shelter.
Oh wow!
And instead of like going to like she wanted to, and she did. I'm assuming she did sometimes, but like the whole point of it was. She actually put that shit into action. Like, she knew the verses but she actually fucking did what the verses said. Like, there are people, like, I remember, like, I'm not gonna throw names, but one of our teachers, like, even at our old grade school, like, they used to yell at us how, like, we wouldn't show up to mass, or like, they would try and force us for not going to mass. If you don't want to go, it's not.
Sometimes it wouldn't even, like, I don't even know, like, then they would come at you like, oh, tell your parents to take you, but like, what if they didn't want to go? Like,
yeah.
And then they put all that on us, and then it's like they make it our fault. And then being that young, and then having someone yelling you about like faith and all that stuff, and how you don't have faith, like that's like so just like means not the word I want to use. I want to use something worse because like like it's like just stupid. It's there's a word I'm looking for. I just can't think of it, but it's just like it's just disgraceful to just think that you're allowed to talk to somebody about faith like that. Like you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. So we used to get like that up in trouble for that shit. Like she would make our principal would make us. She walk into every class and make the kids stand up, and she'd be like, "Which kid went to mass Sunday?"
And then it would be like, "Oh, don't lie, because I was there." So then you're like,
"All right,
okay."
What if I didn't show up to this place? I went to another church.
Yeah, I know there was a bunch of kids that end up not going to certain churches.
Because some of us didn't live close. I don't live close to the fucking school.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that, like, how you gonna do that to little kids? And on top of that, like, a lot of those people in that school, they would show up to mass, but then they'd be grimy as shit in real life.
Yeah, the way they acted and stuff like that. Like,
and then you see those priests where, like, fucking, they read the Bible and they read that shit every Sunday, but then they touching little boys. And then you see those nuns that do all this fucked up shit. And then you see that those religious people who like smoke, because if they know the Bible how it's supposed to be, you're not supposed to cause harm to your body.
Yeah. And
smoking a cigarette is considered that, and getting a tattoo is considered that. Mm-hmm. All that shit, but nobody talks about that in the Bible. I'm not trying to get all religious, but there's a shit in there where you're not allowed to. I think it's supposed to. You're not allowed to eat fish or some shit or shrimp.
There's some type of
food.
There is a food thing. I guess you would say. No, that's Muslim. I was gonna say pork, but that's Muslim. Yeah, but it's something like that.
Where you're not allowed to eat that, and we eat that shit all the time. And then there's like that whole thing where you're not allowed to eat meat on Fridays, and people still do this shit and all that. Like,
I try not to.
They just do that shit for the glory of it. Just saying like for a pat on the back, like, oh, I went to mass. Like, I remember our 8th grade teacher was like that. Like, she was just like, oh, I go to mass every Sunday. But then you're like a little asshole to your kids.
Yeah.
And she didn't even have kids. But
that's another thing. Like, you can't.
She had an opinion about everything, and just. If you go to, like, a lot of those people, they're 100% against all that shit. And then there are people who, like, don't, like, it's also another thing if you're not sure. Like, you're not sure what to believe in or how we got here. That's cool. Like, everybody be like, is that really true? Like, that sounds, like, kind of crazy. Like a bull who just separated the fucking water and shit. And then some bull who raised another bull from the dead and, like, all that shit. And then there are people who go through dark shit where, like, a family member dies and they kind of lose their faith because, like, oh, like, why did you take this person? They didn't do anything wrong. Or they go through a dark place. It was just, like, everything happens for a reason.
I was just about to say it. Yo, I was like, I didn't want to say it because, like, then again, like, I don't want to judge other people's, like, race and stuff like or not race, for religion and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to do it. But, yeah, like, I feel like everything happens for a reason, no matter
Especially how we got here happened for a reason. Right. And we try to find out what that reason is.
Like, I don't know. You just don't take it out all on, like, yourself or, like, other people or think that someone's, like, hurting you on purpose. Like, it's not that.
Everything, there is a plan.
There is a plan.
And there's a reason for, like, again, there's a reason for it. Everything happens for a reason. And again, I'm not the most religious person. I barely show up to mass. I'm in a Catholic school, and then there are people who's like, oh, like, gay people who are like, oh, you don't like me because you're Catholic. I'm like, no, like, I don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do with it.
They think just because
I got put in there
because the church doesn't approve of that everybody that is about that.
And that's another thing that I have a problem dealing with. Like, there's some things that I don't agree with in certain things.
Yeah, same here. I'm perfectly fine with gay marriage and all that stuff like that, but I do know that the Catholic Church doesn't approve of that. And
then there's also a Husky part of it where, like, there was a bunch of slaves walking around. You know, like, I'm not for that. That's not cool.
Yeah.
And then there's also the thing where, like, women didn't have any type of rights. I think they should have just as much as we do.
We should be equal. And that's kind of why, like, when, like, ever doing a type of application and stuff like that, and they, like, say, oh, what's your, like, religion and like religion and stuff like that, I honestly don't put nothing because I don't want that to determine Oh,
they say they say that they don't take that into account, but why do they ask for
then
it?
why do they ask? Because like when I see that, I kind of feel like that's almost like, oh, because he believes in that, this is automatic what we're gonna think of him. Like I don't know why. Whenever I see that on any type of application or anything like that, I just don't put anything.
Or even like colleges.
Yeah, like
Why the fuck?
college. That's why like I look at that and I'm like, I don't want to put that because I feel like y'all see that and then y'all think of me as somebody who believes in that or that, or
Man,
there's like,
you don't want to have that label.
or there's like a circumstance for, oh, Catholics, I already put them in this group, and then we're gonna do that with them. Oh yeah, Jews, okay, that we're gonna do them with that. Like, oh, like Christian, like I feel like it's weird to just do that, so I just don't put it.
Like you would never ask. They tell you like there's certain things you don't talk about to other people, like politics and all that. Like you wouldn't ask that in a regular conversation. It's like, are you Catholic? Like you just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why do I have to put in an application for a job or for what school I want to go to or to get a fucking loan or whatever the fuck? Like, what are you gonna do with that information if you don't want it? If you don't not gonna use it, then why do you want it? It's just filling up space. So there's a reason behind why they're asking for that shit.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Man, and that's another thing I was trying to think I forgot about earlier, but like the whole thing with like women, like women's rights or whatever. How like there's that whole time where they're in the election, everybody's talking shit about Hillary Clinton, how she's a woman, she can't take care of the country and all that shit. And some other people that we know personally, the people that we hang out with, were saying some shit that I don't agree with.
They said, and not them, but like people like in like media and stuff like that saying like, oh, she doesn't, or I think Trump said, oh yeah, she doesn't have the stamina. What does that mean? Like,
y'all all like 70.
Yeah,
y'all got
like,
stamina.
like if it like wasn't for age and she was just as young, I feel like he still would have said the exact same thing as like she didn't have the stamina. So I'm just sitting here thinking like, I think women can do just as much.
They already do just as much.
Yeah, like
so you mean to tell me like there are people who are saying all this shit, but like you mean to tell me that there are women who are in the army or in the CIA, FBI, in that type of service, they're pilots, doctors, lawyers, all this shit, but they can't run the country. And I know that's a big thing to ask for, but if they do literally everything else that a man can do, and they do it, some of them do it better, if not just as well, then why the fuck you can't give them a chance to do that? It's like, oh, like, and that dumbass, it's like, oh, if she gets on her period, she gonna start a war. How many fucking wars have been started by women?
Exactly.
None, and that's because you didn't give them a chance, and you don't know that for a fact. Guys, like, I'm pretty much guys. So a lot of guys like to act like as soon as girls get on that pyramid. Their period.
Illuminati.
We've been talking for over an hour. They're talking about if they get on their period, they're like they can't think rationally. They act like same thing with Trump. Like I don't fuck with Trump. If y'all check my Instagram, y'all know I don't fuck with Trump. This shit gets retarded. Like just because he says a certain thing doesn't mean it's gonna. Even if he is president, shit's not gonna pop up just because he said so. There's still a Congress and all the House and all that shit. They have to agree to it too, which is a little scary now because it's all Republican and he's Republican. Even though they didn't want him in office, he's still gonna have whatever he says. He has a better chance of getting it to happen. Same thing with women. If Hillary Clinton was on there, she just so happened to actually get her period or whatever, and she wants to start a war for whatever reason. For just alright, cool. She wants to start a war because there's blood coming out of her vagina. There still needs to. There's 50 like something people who have to say yes.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole other group of people who have to say yes, and then she has to sign off on it, and then the shit pops off. By the time that shit happens, she off her period. Technically speaking, she's like, never mind. And that's not the case at all. But if what people are saying is right, then that wouldn't make sense to apply that to women. Yeah. So we got wrapped up in the conversation. Shit gets kind of deep. We're like really over the time we're supposed to be somewhere, and I gotta like book it right now to go get. Follow me on Instagram, Victor Vera _ on Instagram and Twitter, and Vintage Thrift on Instagram if you want to see the store. Mark is MARCKY _. Twitter is Marzan.
All caps MARXANN. Follow me on there too. I'll be tweeting. So yeah,
Thanks,
do that.
Thanks for all the love. Real etc. on Instagram and Twitter. Real.etc@gmail.com. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you from Maribel Curbo, Kayla Shaver for this newspaper thing. We really appreciate it. Also, thank you, John, for giving us this question to talk about. So
we love y'all. Bye. We really gotta go.